Hey now, welcome to another episode of the Formula of Angry OG. Just tonight's episode, I don't have any guests. I have a couple questions and I have an interesting video that I want to share with you guys. And I need your input with it. Anybody who's in the chat would like to come on and share in the discussion on some of these topics and some of these questions, you're free to join. Just ask for the link. We'll send you the link. And you can come on. So before we get down to business, we're going to pay some bills. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Lord Exclusive Bakery. Our sister company, Kayla, is KY Cosmetics. And the father has a whole lot to do with that. He got a whole lot of companies, so I don't feel like naming all of them. But he could just throw one of them up there, just for good measure. It's too many to name. Yeah, go ahead, do your run them off. Got to get them credit. Got to get them credit. And we actually are going Saturday to do another episode of Fat Gene Activated. We haven't done one in a while, and it's time that we do one. And we're actually taking Anthony Metlock with us this Saturday. So we picked this place out in Clifton Heights. We're going to review, it's like a crab cake sandwich, a hoagie, or whatever like that. I forget the name of the place, but we're going there on Saturday to film it and see what's up with these crab cakes. Now, I generally only mess with crab cakes on this place in Linthicum, Maryland, called G&M's. They got the best crab cakes that I ever had, and I haven't had one that could stand next to it. So we're gonna get these people to try. Plus, they black owned, so we always down with the black owned. So we're gonna try that and see what it is. Hopefully, activate our fat gene. But I saw a video of the sandwich already. It looked like it was okay, but you never know. So I'm gonna go through a couple of these comments in the comment section. I'm gonna let these guys give them a couple of minutes to get here, so nobody won't miss out on what we're talking about tonight. Just give them a few minutes to get here. So it's a rainy Wednesday. It's cold, it's wet, and it's raw, and I'm old, and my bones is aching. Old Arthur done showed up this morning. He here right now. I remember when I was younger, like older people used to tell me, getting old ain't for cowards. And I never understood what that shit meant. And now I know what it means. I'm getting old and I'm hurting. What's up, Ant? What's happening, man? What's up, Tiff? Thanks for sharing. Another thing, I need everybody who can hear me or watching right now, please share. Share it to your people, tag your people, get them in here. They don't want to miss what we're talking about tonight. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, I need I need Bebop and Rocksteady. Oh, here you go. There go my man Bebop. I might ask you to come on tonight, Bebop, because you be having interesting takes on these topics that we're gonna share tonight. So just let me know if you want to come on. I welcome you on. I want you to come on. What's up, Creamy? How you doing? First, last. The mask is in retirement right now. It ain't time. It don't feel masky tonight, so I didn't put it on, man. It's not one of those nights. So the mask won't be here tonight. He might come back probably next week. I got to see. I got to have some women on here to wear the mask. If I can't get no women to come on, I'm not wearing the mask. So it's up to the ladies the next time I wear the mask. So if you can hear me, ladies, it's up to y'all to get me to wear the mask. I got to come on and I'll put the mask on for you. Tiff, Creamy, I see you in here. Whatever woman is in here. But we can't say female. I learned that a couple weeks ago about the female thing. So, so who else we got in here? I see Tiff, doing her 1-2, tagging 50 people from the gate. So I guess that's enough time. I mean, whoever not here, they'll stumble in. We always stumble in late. Lisa Carter, what's up, Lisa? So they'll stumble in. Yeah, you can say that. Can we say? No, we can't. No, I'm not saying that. That wasn't set up. That wasn't set up. Sheridan talking about where the bitches, where the cookies and shit. Just say that. No, you ain't gonna get me with that one, man. So with that being said, we got some interesting shows that's getting ready to come to the network. I'm actually looking forward to seeing them. Which was Dominique, her melanated vibrations is going to debut on February the 6th, I believe, and that's like a Monday. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I see the girls from D'Angelo and I'm in Florida revamped their logo, and it was noisy. It had a lot of moving parts to it, I guess. If you got that to throw up, Shannon, we can throw up the new logo for the Unlatched. It was kind of busy, but if they like it, I love it. Okay, Creamy, I appreciate you working and still listening. So Creamy can't come on because she's working. I know Tiff always down for the cause. I need Bebop to come on with me tonight. And I don't see Rocksteady. I tagged him. I don't see Rocksteady here yet. I'm looking for Bebop and Rocksteady. That's what I'm looking for. So I think I killed enough. There it go. It don't look right against the black backdrop. What's up, Jay Swinton? So what's up, Niche? I have an interesting video that I came across, and I want to share it with you guys to see what y'all think, and I'm interested to hear y'all take on this video. So we're going to play Dom video before we do anything, though. Her promo video for her show. So let's play that first. What's up, Justin?
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Dom. February the 6th at 7 p.m., the pilot show for Melanated Vibrations Mental Health Podcast premieres, and I'm so excited. Head on over to YouTube, the big exclusive network. You're going to like and subscribe. Then go over to their Facebook page. You're going to like, follow, and share with as many people you can. We are going to talk all things mental health and mental illness and the stigma that it has on the Black and brown community. What can we do about it? What resources are out there? February the 6th, 7 p.m., Melanated Vibration premieres. I can't wait. See you guys.
What's up, Sharita Clark? How you doing? So they stumbling in as we speak, Shannon. So we can get tonight's show started with that video that I sent you that I want to share with you guys. Throw that video on, Shannon, if you can.
And people think I'm being catty by saying this. It's like there were 10 years. Well, I couldn't stand my husband.
You do say that. You say
10 years. And guess when it happened? When those kids were little, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because, you can be all great individually when you're just married. You got your life, he's got his, you come together. It's all, ooh, good to see you, bye, take it easy. And then you have kids.
Not take it easy.
Take it easy. You're traveling, that's great, good. I get to hang out and watch the TV I want to watch.
Right.
But the minute we had kids, it was like, where are you going? And how far? And you start measuring, it's like, how many diapers did you change? And, oh, you're golfing? Oh, you got time? Oh, you got time to golf? How you at the gym all the time?
Why are you in my brain right now? I'm like,
that's when all the measuring starts, because you got this project. Yes. And guess what? Little kids, they're terrorists. They are. They have demands. Oh, they don't talk. Right. They're poor communicators. They cry all the time. They're irrational.
They're selfish.
They're needy. And you love them more than anything. Oh. And so you can't blame them.
No.
Right? Because look, they're cute and he's so cute. And look at him throwing his plate. That's so cute. So you turn that ire on each other.
Yes.
You know, and for 10 years while we're trying to build our careers and, you know, worrying about school and who's doing what and what, you know, I was like, oh, this isn't even.
No.
And guess what? Marriage isn't 50-50.
Yeah.
Ever. There are times I'm 70, he's 30. There are times he's 60, 40. But guess what? 10 years, we've been married 30.
Wow.
I would take 10 bad years over 30. It's just how you look at it, right? And people give up for the 5 years. I can't take it.
How
it
do you
was bad.
know? What is the, because sometimes
You got to know your person. Do you like him? I mean, you could be mad at him, but do you still look at him and go, I'm not happy with you, but I respect you. I don't agree with you.
Yes.
But you're still a kind, smart person.
Yes.
The feelings are going to change over time, right?
Yes.
You're not going to always be. So the minute that goes, people want to give up on it.
It's true.
But now you're in the work. You're in the work of it, and that's why I want to talk about the work of it, the work of any relationship, the work of friendship.
Yeah.
That was deep. That was deep. And this was a former first lady, very successful, with a successful husband, and they worked that shit out through their ups and downs. And just look at them now. And she was transparent about them having 10 bad years. Ain't too many people going to own up to that, especially of her stature. So I saw that, and it was astounding to me, and I wanted to share it, and I wanted to hear you guys' take on it. So let me know what y'all think about that. What's y'all take on that video? I'm interested to see y'all comments. What's up, Melly? Kyle Young, what's going on, man? So I want to, that's you, niece. This is so me. And it's not too many. Shannon, I'm not happy with you, but I respect you. That's heavy. And I hope they picked up that jewel. Like, yeah. Like, even though she was mad at him, you know, he still was her king. Definitely. Tiff said definitely you have to wake up every morning choosing that person every day. It's hard work, something you definitely have to be prepared to handle mentally and emotionally. Yeah, you're not going to be on easy street every day in your relationship. And you can't like lose your respect for that person because y'all had an argument or disagreement or y'all fell out or whatever. You have to still look at him in the light that you looked at him before, the way we did before y'all had that before y'all had the argument or disagreement. What's up, DeAndre? So what's up, Mimi? Thanks for sharing. So I saw that and I was like, wow. So I just want to know who all really share in that sentiment to actually do that though. And how many people can actually do exactly what she did? Like Lisa Cardi, relationships takes work. It's not a vacation. Well, some people look at it like that, and that's why they end so easily. It's so easy to just get up, just walk away from them because you're not really 100% vested in them. You just get the fuck up and roll. Like, man, I don't feel like this shit. I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and catch the next situation. So every day isn't going to be easy. As long as the respect is there, everything else will fall into place. And that's my what's up, Tim? That's my take on. As long as you have respect for somebody, everything else falls under the umbrella of respect. Loyalty, love, everything else falls under respect. Melanie says she's absolutely right. She said a lot of gems and jewels, people definitely not doing or putting the work in as far as relationships. Nowadays, folks is going based off of being lit nonstop, and the moment it's not lit, at that very moment, it's over. And that's just the state of relationships in our community, though. And it seems like it's prevalent in our community and our community only. Like the divorce, well, I wouldn't really say that. I'm just gonna speak about our community. I don't care about nobody else's. So Lisa Carter said you got to be able to have open, raw, and honest conversation with partners. If you can't, you in the wrong relationship. You got to look up, and you got to be able to look each other in the eyes, and have those difficult conversations, those conversations that make you feel uncomfortable, but those words got to be said. Well, these folks don't even like their person. They don't understand that you can love someone and not like them, and that's the truth. Like, that's the truth, because you could really love somebody and not like them, I've been there before. Kyle Young facts, though, I learned the hard way. And I think most of us did, though, Kyle, because none of us really was taught how to love somebody and how to be with somebody, that you love and what it takes to make that shit work. What's up, Hannibal? And so we behind the eight ball. Tiff says it's okay if sometimes you look at each other and say, I really don't like you, but I love you. I respect you. I cherish you. I'm here for you. I don't know, Tiff, the I don't like you part, it's going to make the argument go even further. Sharita Clark said, I was married for 6 years and it definitely takes hard work and communication, even when you're upset at the time or just not feeling your partner at the time. And you're going to have those times, like you're not going to be feeling the person 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365. You're going to have your moments where you need your space. Like, not saying that you got to go away for some days or whatever. You could just, for a couple hours or whatever. Just, both of y'all just need some space away from each other and get back together and get that shit right. Nisha, I definitely felt that gave me a different insight on how to react to certain things because it won't be 50-50 all the time. And I refuse to let another get what I worked hard on. Like I always say, it could never be 50-50 because one person is always doing more than the other. And like, how can you gauge, like, as far as the 50-50? One person is always going to do more than the other. But as long as y'all got the understanding that we're doing this together and y'all do what y'all able to do together, it don't matter who's doing what, or, it shouldn't matter. As long as y'all both doing it collectively and y'all agree to it together, y'all should be okay. And don't worry about, the outside noise with them out there, telling the women, oh, well, you stupid if you do this, if you do that for the nigga, and whatever. And they be the ones that don't even have nobody trying to wreck your shit because they don't have, they don't have it. So you can't go by that, the outside noise. The outside noise are coming in to wreck your fucking home, man. It'll wreck your home. Melly, one of the biggest things also is folks care more about the outside. That's what I just was talking about, Melly. Just was talking about that. We was thinking about the same thing at the same time. Same thing. Creamy, a lot of us were not taught, nor have we been shown long-term relationships in the Black community. And that's the truth because, well, for me, myself, my mom and my dad was together all my life until my dad died. But I was like 30 years old when he died. Well, I was in my 30s when he died. So I saw that, but I can't say that I learned from it or whatever. Put your comment back up there, Big Exclusive. That's a big one. That 50-50 mindset have destroyed relationships, especially when you have others in your ear. It will never be 50-50. Exactly. And it shouldn't matter. Like, y'all, as long as y'all agree to do whatever it is y'all do, then that's cool. What's up, Vanessa? And don't worry about what nobody else got to say. What y'all doing, y'all should be fine. Aunt Metlock, what's up, Aunt? Relationships are one day at a time thing. That takes hard work. Yeah, because the shit changed every day. Like, Kyle Young, have definitely fell short when it came to cherishing what I had and being completely honest and transparent. It was the worst mistake in my life. My sentiments exactly, Kyle. My sentiments exactly. I think I shared that with you guys last week about my destructive behavior. And my destructive behavior, I had like good women in my life. I destroyed every last situation with the good women in my life. And I just was doing shit and was out here just doing shit. That's all I can say. I was just doing shit. No rhyme, no reason, just doing shit. Not taking into account nobody else's feelings or anything. So that's and now you got to live with that shit. You learn from it, but you got to live with it. Tiffany answered the Big Exclusive Network. I was just about to say that it's never going to be an even playing field, and that's okay. That's normal. The moment that start not being okay with the other party, that's when you realize that's not your person. Because this is what the thing with the 50-50. So how can you determine that it's 50-50? So you're going to take the bills and put them on the table, add them all up, and then split them down the middle? Like, I think that's petty as shit. Like, so how do you determine 50-50 or whatever? And then it don't even have to be all about money because y'all could do that. Y'all say if y'all was to do that or whatever. She's going to the store getting the groceries. All right, so right there, she's doing more than you right now. She's more than likely going to cook the food. She's doing more than you right now. So how was that 50-50? Sharita Clark, I was raised by a very independent, bitter single mom. Trying to let my ex-husband take the lead was hard. how you was raised plays the ultimate part exactly in the relationship. They be poisoning the water. The mothers be poisoning the water for these girls out here, and it's just sad because they was bitter, and I think they think they be protecting them, but they don't be protecting them for whatever. They poisoning the water. Like you can't bring them up and raise them to think that they could be out here doing whatever they need to do on their own, and they don't need no help. You don't need no man to help you. You don't need no help. Everybody need help. We wasn't put here to be by ourselves, and it's so much easier to operate in unison with somebody else. Like it's hard out here. It really is. So major blessing alert. Our little sis Hadia has been accepted to the transplant list. We'll be getting the kidney. Okay, Hadia. So when did you talk to Hadia? To Dominic Godman for doing what she do best. Okay, Hadia. So Shannon, do you got any more information? Like how soon? Okay. Okay. Shout out to Hadia. That's a major blessing. We got somebody else that's in that same boat that's looking to be on the transplant list. I'm not going to put their name out there like that or anything, but he's here. He's listening. Kyle Young said, "I wish I was given the tools I've learned from it before I met her. I would be so happy right now." Kyle, story. That's my story. Melly said, what I see and hear now, 50-50 is different from when a woman hear it compared to what a man hear or takes it. You confused me. Can you type that again? Okay, Shannon, I'll give more details as they become available. If it's that 50-50 thing, it's just on, like now, when you hear it, it's like an argument starter. Like as soon as you hear something, 50, this is, but the biggest argument starter is on the question, what do you bring to the table? You guaranteed that, Lillian, what's up, Lillian? That's guaranteed to start a fight with some people when you ask what they bring to the table. It's just a legitimate question because you are allowed to see what this man does and what he his income, what he makes and everything. So why he can't ask you what you have to offer? I think that's a fair exchange. A fair exchange ain't never been no robbery. So men and women don't see 50-50 the same way. Bebop trying to get in, but he having technical difficulty. Come on, Bebop. Kyle Young, and I'm realizing some pains don't go away. You just learn to live with them. You got to cope with it, Kyle. You got to have coping skills, and your coping skills allow you to just go about your daily business every day, and you put it in the back of your mind and try not to think about it. What's up, Ms. Bright? And you got to have major when you fumble the ball like that. You got to have coping skills because it tear you apart, man. To know that you had your person and you just by the way you was living, and you wasn't true to to her and what y'all was supposed to have, and you lost it. And 9 times out of 10, you'll never get that person again. You never get that person again. I don't know if it's through karma or whatever, but you can't. You don't get that again when you blow it like that. So you just got to deal with it, Kyle. Activate your coping skills and keep it pushing, man. You can't wallow in it either, Kyle. You got to let that shit go. Like if it's gone, let it go. Because you can't wallow in it because you're gonna beat yourself up every day. You're gonna beat yourself up every day. Just let that shit go, Kyle. And know moving forward, it's more than likely there's somebody out there for you. But you got to let go of whatever happened in the past with that person to allow the next person to activate that space in your heart, that empty space in your heart, man. If you don't let that shit go and you keep killing yourself every day, you're not going to allow yourself to open up to the next person to fill that space, to fill that void. That's just my take on it, Kyle. So, thanks for the share, Ms. Bright. So I think I probably spent, okay, Lil, OG, not everything has to be 50-50. Some couples can't do 50-50. That's why communication needs to be on point and figure out what each person can do and try to meet in the middle. Lil, you must have wasn't listening. We wasn't professing 50-50 be the norm. I was saying nothing is ever 50-50. Yeah, Melly said facts. You can't wallow in it, not one bit, King. You got to take it as a learning lesson and move on. And you apply those lessons to your life later on. Because if you don't, you're going to still practice those self-destructive behaviors, and you're going to fuck up everything that you touch, everything that come into your realm, your vicinity. You're going to you're going to give off negative energy, and you just got this negative force field around you, and it's going to fuck up everything you got going on, man. Everything. Aunt Metlock said, congratulations, I did. You know, he said Aunt Metlock waiting on the kidney also. I wasn't going to say it, but he said it. Lillian, what's up, Lil? That's facts, OG. I came in late, my bad. At least you here, though. You here, though, Lillian. I appreciate you being here. You don't have to be on time as long as you're here. As long as you get here before it's over, you was on time. You catch a few minutes. I appreciate that. Long enough for some engagement and the view. I'm good with that. People be having, people got lives and they can't dedicate, the time to your shows every single time that you're on or whatever. And I just appreciate y'all showing up whenever we we do something. Y'all show up for us. Sarita Clark, self-reflect after a breakup. Ask yourself what happened. What part did I play in this? People just want to jump from person to person, making the same mistakes. It's like how when we was little, when you take that rock on the water and you be skipping it, and it just skip across the puddle, skip across the water, you're going like just going across relationship to relationship. Never worked on none of your shortcomings or nothing that made you fail. And but self-reflection is also hard though. It take a lot for somebody to be able to self-reflect, because then you got to talk about yourself. Then you really got to talk about yourself and got to be okay with it. And rock steady. I'm lurking. I'm prepping for work tomorrow. Okay, rock steady. So you can't join me tonight. And Bebop is still having technical difficulties. So y'all think that video that was a very interesting video. And Sarita Clark said it took me 4 years to learn myself. I was thinking it took me longer than that, man. It took me longer than that. And probably because I didn't want to face it, because I had done so much, and I didn't want to face the reality of what I had done to good people. And once I decided to face it, and I just let that shit all, just come through, I just kept dealing with it and having those conversations with myself, and that was it. And accountability be like a bullet to the chest. It really do. Because you got to own up to some bad shit. And people don't want to own up to their bad shit. People don't want to own up to their bad shit. And I've done some things out here, man, and I had like some good people I'm talking about that was down for me. And the fact that they was down for me didn't even play no role in how I operated outside the crib. Like I still was just on some nut shit, not even thinking about, I'm out here running around doing all this stupid shit, and it's gonna make me lose what I got. I wasn't even giving a fuck. Like not that I didn't give a fuck, I never was thinking about it. I never gave it no thought. I just was doing shit. And when you do shit, you don't never think that about getting caught. So that's not even a possibility, because you just think you slick. Like you oil King Harry, you slick. You ain't gonna never get caught. Whatever you doing ain't gonna never come out. And when that shit come out, man, the hurt that you put on people is fucked up. Like I still have like memories of like the pain that you hear in somebody's voice and their cries when you go through what you did to them, and that shit hit them, and like the cries is fucking. And I hate to see women cry. That shit break me. And I could still like the cries that I heard, and I'm talking about, it was like the cries of, it wasn't even a cry. It was like that shit was piercing. It was like they lost a child or something. And to know that I was responsible for that shit, like that shit, it fucks with you. Like you really hurt somebody. Like you killed somebody inside. Like I said, I had my situation, and I fucked it up, and I fucked her up so bad that she moved. She had to move. She moved out of Philadelphia and moved to Florida. She ain't had no family down there, no friends, no connections, no nothing. she got the fuck up out of here though. And that shit was crazy. What up, Bebop?
What's going on, G?
What's going on with you, man?
Not much. Trying to get in this job, man.
Yeah, you don't never have trouble getting in, man. What's going on? Tiff might not want you on, man.
Yeah,
Tiff might have hacked your shit.
I think that's what it is.
These conversations, I like to have these conversations with with people like you because you give it up the way I give it up, man.
Oh yeah, listen, I've been through all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been there. I was married. You know, I'm now divorced, but you know, it took a long time for me to get over a lot. You know, I dealt with a lot of mental stuff on top of the relationship, on top of being the first time dad, on top of trying to grow up. I was young. I was in my early 20s when I was going through all this.
Yeah.
So it took a long time. But see, one thing about me is I'm one of them people who I don't hold grudges or nothing. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing.
Man, you can't carry that shit.
Yeah. I don't hold grudges. So it took a long time to get over, hurt and pain of losing the relationship, because I definitely, was a person who was into it. I love my family life, but there's one thing about it is can't make nobody stay where they don't want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I had to learn that, listen, in order for me to get better, I had to let it go. In order for that person to get better, I had to let her go. And it turned out good for both of us because.
But the beginning part of that shit, it don't be easy though.
Oh no, it's never easy. Listen, nothing is easy. If everything was easy, any of us wouldn't know what it is to have a hard time.
Yeah.
So the hard part about it is what make you stronger in the end. It gets you to where you are now.
So my reality check, when I went through what I went through, when the divorce came through and I got that motherfucking manila envelope.
Yeah.
And it was final. I remember I was getting ready to go hang out with my homies.
Right.
I had took it in the car with me, and I parked in front of Scooters.
Okay.
Opened it up, and I read it. I looked at it. And I cried in the fucking car like a baby. I couldn't even go hang out no more.
Yeah. It's tough because when you put so much into a person, especially when it's where you want to be, it take a lot from you. Your energy, your psyche, your strong will, it take a lot from you because when your heart is into a person, man, it ain't no feeling like that.
Yeah.
It ain't no energy like that. When you know that that's your person and that's the person you feel like is your best friend. The person you feel like this is who you gonna be with for the rest of your life. When you put that much energy into it and it don't work out, it kind of make you feel like a failure.
Yeah, you are.
And,
I mean, you're not a failure. You just failed at that.
That's the feeling you get. You're not a failure. Listen, we all go through trials and tribulation.
Yeah.
The way you come out of it is what make you a winner. But that feeling of being a failure or not wanting to show people that your situation failed, it tear you down.
Somebody told me before, like the heaviest burden a man can carry is hope. Burden of hope, like. You know how heavy that shit is?
We already carry that being black.
Yeah. On top of that, though.
On top of that, right. On top of that.
Like, and when people when they tell me stuff like that, like, and I just think about that shit, be like, damn, that's wild. Like, that's wild. And we don't operate like that though.
No, we don't
operate. We gonna do what we gonna do in spite of all that shit. We don't think about it.
No, we
don't let it hold us back. We just
what we do well as black folks? We put on a happy face for everything.
All the time.
We can walk around and say, I'm all right. I'm cool. I'm not gonna let that affect me. And deep down, that shit be killing you.
Yeah, Melly said, I'm not gonna cap. Even though my ex was doing the cheating, she left me, and I really tried to off myself. That breakup from the one you truly love is like losing a loved one.
That's a fact.
Deep,
it's a fact. It's a fact.
Vanessa, I'm on the same energy. I got one more in me.
Listen, you get numb to it after a while. Listen, my marriage ended 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've been divorced for 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
listen, not by lack of trying. I've been on dates. I've been out. I've been away. I done went away on trips. All that. I still ain't found the one that I want to do it all over again with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, it's not for lack of trying.
It's just damaged you so bad, like, and then you be hesitant to even go into another situation like that.
Right, because you lose trust in people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the biggest part of it. Right, that's the biggest part of it is trust. You know what I mean? And listen, don't nobody want to go into nothing not trusting people.
Push your reader comment back up, Big Shannon. And I did feel like a failure and embarrassed.
Yeah, that's a fact too.
And that alone,
the embarrassment is heavy.
That right there, that sentiment alone make people stay longer than they should stay.
Right. Because they don't want to be embarrassed.
Failure and embarrassment.
Right.
Yep.
At some point you gotta get through the embarrassment.
Eating you alive from the inside out.
Yep.
That's how it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And the good thing, like what I like about this, that's why I asked you to come on, Mike.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna keep it a beam. Like
I don't have no other choice.
I ain't gonna cap. And it sounds like my man Kyle Young ain't gonna cap.
No, he's not.
He's not.
You're not.
Kyle just took all his clothes off in front of us and told us, how vulnerable he was. Like,
hey, listen,
for that, man.
But listen,
like,
we gotta be that as men anyway. We rock out trying to be too tough, trying to be hard on everything. Man. Listen, it's all right to have a vulnerable spot. Yeah. When I lost my situation, I cried like a baby because that's what I really wanted.
Yeah.
All it showed me was that we might not have been ready like we thought we was.
And y'all was young, and I think for the most part, y'all was too young, man. Y'all didn't experience life yet. Like stuff in life.
The difference in it was, and I can only speak for my end. Me coming up, and Big Exclusive could kind of attest to that. He knew me since I was a young boy, so I've done a lot in my time growing up, teenager wise, and all the way through. I've experienced different things. I've partied. I've hung with old heads my whole life. So I've been around. You know what I mean? I've been in every part of the city, hung out. I played ball. You know what I mean? So I was kind of out here. On the other hand, that person didn't get a chance to experience everything like I did. So I got it. When it came time to understanding that she wanted to live, I got it. She didn't get the experience. She didn't get to go to college like I did.
And that's what we as men, we go wrong at, because we'll be at a certain level, and if they not there yet, you hold them to the expectation of being on the level that you are, and they not there yet.
Right.
Instead of allowing them to grow and get into that space, but we don't.
But see, it's hard to get them to that space when you still growing yourself. You still not the person you gonna be.
Yeah.
See, just because I was older and I thought my mind was mature as it needed to be, I still wasn't there yet. I still had things to learn. So I kind of was pigeonholing both of us. You know what I mean? So when it came time that, she was ready to walk away and she didn't feel it no more, it hurt. But I knew in order for her to do what she needed to do, I had to let it go.
Yeah.
I had to let it go.
And see, and the crazy part about it, Mike, I asked you to come on there, put Kyle comment back up, Shannon. Like Kyle, he needed this.
Oh, listen,
and it's crazy. I don't even know Kyle.
Nah, I know exactly who it is.
Yeah,
and listen, and I'm gonna be honest. I'll be very transparent. I've been where he at, and I've been there. I listen, as a younger guy coming through stuff, dude. I done been through so much mentally. Trying to, like I said, being a first-time dad, being a first-time husband, just buying a house.
And that's all those stressors. Those are all stressors.
Listen, and all through that time, bro, I was getting sued on top of all that from an accident that I was in. So I had so much stress. Right. So I never
just like all that pressure. And then you're not supposed to break as a man. Like,
well, listen, at that point, I wasn't giving 100% me because my mind was in 15 different places.
Yeah.
So and that I kind of cheated her in the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm I'm gonna wrap some of that up into some positive because I don't want to dwell on all that negative.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, me and that person was very good friends before we even developed the intimacy in the relationship, which wasn't all bad. It's just that we was young and we grew apart. But since we've been apart, and it took a few years, because like I said, she wanted to live and she did that. And there wasn't no problem because I listen, at the end of the day, my kids was gonna be straight, whether we was good or we wasn't.
Yeah.
But I had to allow her to understand what she needed to understand so she could come back and help me in this process of being a parent. And through that journey that she learned, we became best friends again. We became good friends again. Well, you know, best is kind of overrated to some extent, but we are good friends and we co-parent at a great rate.
Yeah, Melly,
you know what I mean?
I cried, tried to kill myself with a 45 hollow point, depressed for 9 months straight. Damn near, was still feeling that after 2 years. I tried to run through women to get over it. That BS didn't work. I don't drink or smoke, so I had to muscle through it and still try to live and work and perform. No, Melly, you gotta sit in that shit and just go through whatever happened and get through that. Like, you can't kill yourself with it though. Like, you got to be able to get through it and let that shit go. Like,
you gotta.
It ain't no time frame on.
Listen, you take as long as you need to get over whatever you need to get over. Can't nobody tell you how to feel.
But you got to make a conscious decision to try to get over it though.
Right. You can't dwell on it. You got to look to something else.
Decision
right.
That, look, I got to get over. I got to figure this shit out because the rest of my life can't be like this.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you straight up. You want to know how I got over that? Out of that hurt? My kids got me out of that hurt.
Yeah.
Because
that's why they say they such a blessing.
Yeah, listen, this is why. Because had I dwelled on the relationship, had I dwelled on me and her personally, or whatever happened between us, my kids wouldn't be right now on the honor roll. My kids would be doing well playing sports. My daughter wouldn't be growing up getting good grades like she do. My boys is doing very well. So I took that focus of, they was the way for me to get back to 100. You know what I mean? And now they all prospering. I got almost a grown man that's about to be out in this world. I got 2 little ones that's right behind him. All of them doing well. And that's, like I said, that was the decision that I made to not let myself drop down and be in that predicament to want to hurt myself. I've been there too. I've been there and I thought about all that stuff before. But what good would it have done?
Like you get to the point where, like, I was there before.
Yeah.
I never said I would hurt myself. I just, in my mind, I just was like, yo, it got to be a better place than this.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
No, but that's the thing. It's a thought.
Yeah.
But if I do it, what good is it going to do me?
What's going to happen with your kids? Like,
right. What's going to happen with them? Right.
Yeah.
So it got to be a thing of.
I had a situation and they were I got into a fight with somebody in Kensington. So they were trying to take my freedom away.
Right.
My son would be 16, my daughter 12.
Right.
They was little. She was 2, he was 6.
Okay.
When it happened. So every time when I had to go to court, and I had my kids every day. So every time when it'd be time to go to court, like when the court date was coming up, I would get physically sick to my stomach, like really sick. Like, I'm like, damn, like if I go to jail, like my kids used to see me every day. Like, what the fuck gonna happen with my kids?
Right.
And they would be in the car with me, and I had to hold myself together because I'm ready to just start bawling.
Yeah.
And I got the kids in the car, and like the night before, it's like the day before you go to court, you get like this automated call that reminds you that you got court the next day.
Right.
And every time I got that fucking call, man, it made me sick to my stomach, to where as though I was ready to throw up. And it was crazy because it was a fist fight, some bullshit. And he went to the cops and said I beat him in the head with a crowbar and all this crazy shit. But I'm trying to figure out, if I beat you in the head with a crowbar, why you ain't dead?
Right.
Or why your shit ain't, like, how you still remember?
Right.
So it just was crazy, man. And I was fighting that situation for like 2 fucking years, Mike. And it fucked me up. I had lost all this weight. Like, my parents. I didn't even give a fuck about my. I didn't even peep that I didn't give a fuck about my parents.
Right.
I wasn't coming around.
Yeah,
Like,
because nothing else
shit.
mattered at that point. Nothing else mattered to you at that point.
Yeah.
You were so numb to the situation. Nothing else mattered. You didn't even care.
Yep.
You
And
know?
I'm like, man, I can't go to jail for this shit. Like, what's going to happen with my kids?
Right.
I see
And
my kids every day.
Yes. And listen, and it take a lot out of you, but imagine what it do to them.
Yeah, if I would have been gone. Like,
Right.
That shit was just crazy.
And listen, and on top of that, to think about that, it'll make you worry even more, because if you would have been gone, you would have been wondering, well, what they doing out here? Because you locked up.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
What you say?
I'm just being honest. When it's fresh, you're not caring about your kids or anything logical. I'm a offer pushback on that, Melly, because your kids are the one bring you out of that shit.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. Listen, when
you look in your kids' eyes, that bring you out of anything.
Oh, listen, it's a different joy.
Yeah,
it's a different joy. Listen, I was in big pain, bro.
That's why I was so like I'm not afraid to go to jail. Like, if I go to jail, I just go to jail. Like, I do what I gotta do and then get out. But to know that I'm leaving my kids, that was the fear factor right there.
Listen, that's your pride and joy. That's your blood.
Yeah.
And I give anything not to be away from them. Yeah.
When that shit happened and they locked me up, like, I picked my daughter up from daycare.
Right.
And my son playing football. So his mom, it was a night for her to take him to football practice and I'll pick him up.
Okay.
Because I was coaching, I'd be at the field or whatever.
Right.
So now when they lock me up, I tell the state trooper, I'm like, yo, I'm supposed to pick my daughter up from daycare. Can you let me call her mom and tell her that I'm not gonna be able to get her because she's gonna be stuck in daycare?
Right.
So boy, he was cool. He didn't let me call, but he took my phone and he called her.
Okay.
So now I wasn't able to do that for my son. So he was at practice and I wasn't there. So now everybody there was like, yo, hold on, if he ain't here, something wrong.
Yeah.
So like they know, my people or whatever. So they called his mom and was like, yo, come and get your son.
Yeah.
Because he's not here. So now they go down the way and then they find out what happened or whatever. So when I get out on bail, I go to take my son to school in the morning or whatever. Like the look on his face for seeing me, that shit was wild, man. And it was only it wasn't like I was gone for 1 or 2 days, but him not seeing me just for that day or two.
Right, it turned this whole world upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't realize that, in order for you to get through to these kids, you got to make memories with them. You gotta be there. I know you said that on a couple of these shows. Y'all had this discussion before, but it's facts. Being your kids, okay, it might help, but being there for them, showing them that they loved, putting that time in, taking them to their stuff, answering their questions. If they want to lay on you and jump on you, treat you like some kind of damn park bench or whatever, let them do it. Because in the end,
because guess what, Mike? The time come when they get to a certain age, they don't want to do that no more.
Right.
Shannon, put your comment back up, Shannon. So, question for the fellas: do any of you regret the love because it hurt so bad after the breakup? Me, I don't regret it, and I'm honestly looking forward to loving that hard again. No, I just regret what I did, to cause the breakup.
Yeah, I don't regret it, because had it not happened, I might not have been able to get back to 100% me.
Yeah.
But, everything is a testimony. Everything that you go through is a testimony.
That's just part of your journey.
It's part of the journey. So I don't regret none of it. And I don't, listen, I'll never hate that woman for anything. At the end of the day, she had all 3 of my children.
Let's be real. When it's time to go to war, you're not thinking straight. How many of us got people that either dead or in jail or committed suicide? Like I said, you're not thinking logical when it's fresh. This first happened. What are you talking about, though, Melly?
Bro, that's cat. Listen,
you got to explain that a little bit better, because I'm lost now.
See, that's you, because you go through something different than everybody else. What I went through ain't like what you went through. So you can't sit there and say what's real. When it's time to go to war for something, I'm ready for that. When it came to my family, homie, I fought for that. That's the difference. Whatever you lost, I'm sad that the shit take you down that deep ass dark road. But your shit ain't my shit, and what you shit don't eat. What you eat don't make me shit.
Like I want him to explain it a little deeper.
Yeah, I don't understand where he be coming from, because he get on this drum with the sad shit and it's weird. Because I don't agree with none of that.
I don't get that one, but to each his own. Like everybody not the same. Everybody don't deal with they hurt and they pain the same, and that's just that. That's the way that's the way I deal with it. I don't expect Mike to deal with it. I don't expect Melody.
Yeah, like we all deal with life different ways.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but that ain't how I dealt with it.
Yeah, like
the first thing I did was reach out. Yeah.
If that's how you carry it, that's how you carry it. You can't expect everybody to carry the water the same way you carry it. Melly, who called Cat? Nobody called Cat. What are you talking about?
I said it. I said it. Listen, I stand behind whatever I say. But you get on this joint talking way left, and we not even on that. We talking about something totally different.
I think it's just a different perspective, and that's
if anything, you get on this joint with us, bro, and then you can explain yourself.
And you can't you feel the way you feel, and I feel the way I feel, and Mike feel the way he feels.
It's weird. Like I'm trying to have a regular conversation.
We all at the end of the day, we all men. Like what you say, and that's just that. Like I don't give a fuck if Mike don't agree with me. It ain't gonna make me not respect Mike. I respect him.
And that's what we're here for, the conversation. Like I don't know where you going with it.
Yeah, it's a perspective. I never wanted a war. I wanted my relationship.
Right. Yeah. What do you mean going to war? How you go to war when you love somebody?
Yeah, that's comparing apples to
oranges. That's flags and stripes. Right.
That's a different fight. Like
when I got out of the situation, the first thing I did was clung on to my kids. I wanted peace.
Everyone is different. That's just life. We all will never feel the same.
Exactly. I agree, Hannibal. I agree.
At the end of the day, your children are your most precious thing that
you can ever. Why would I want to be at war with somebody when they're here?
You can't have nothing more precious than your kids. Like
First of all, when I got out of the situation with their mother, my first thought was, I'm never going to go to war with this woman, because I don't want my boys to think that's how you treat a female. And I don't want my daughter to think that's how a male going to treat her. So I had to try to find a way to find my peace so I can make peace with her, so we can continue to be a family and do this the right way. That's what you're supposed to do.
If you don't have peace within yourself, you can't promote peace, because you don't have it in you to promote.
Right.
You gotta find that shit in you and operate in it to be able to project it out in this world. Like if you're walking around like just sucking on a lemon head all day, every day, that's what you're gonna portray.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? James Hannibal said, I respect all you guys. Terrific salutes to Mike. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you got to say that though, Melly. You got to say that instead of getting defensive. Like, we're not on here to try to get defensive.
Man, listen, I ain't got no problem with you, brother, but it's coming across. When it come across, it's different.
Yeah. Ain't nobody. We trying to get it together.
Yeah, we about peace on here, bro. We about peace.
Get together.
Yeah, that's all.
Tim Davis said, when it comes to my kid, I'm taking ass. Whatever else arises, my son is the first thing on my mind.
Facts.
Because you got to protect it. That's your seed.
Right.
And the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna protect your kid. You're gonna protect your kid. Like my son, he'd be 16. He go to all boys school.
Okay.
So he light skinned boy or whatever. So he get the light skin, the light skin shit. So he a fighter though. So I tell him, I said, listen, man, as long as you don't start no shit,
they won't bother you.
Yourself, I'm okay with that. You can't be walking around starting no fights and shit.
Yeah.
I said, but what you do is don't lie to me. Tell me exactly what happened, because I can help you. I can't help you if you lie to me.
Right.
So we got to understand it, and now he passed that part now.
Okay.
Fighting the school shit. So
listen, it's all good. Listen, I went to Roman, so I understand going to an all boys school. It's all good.
Yeah.
Listen, that's kind of what helped me mature, and learn how to be a man, because it was really, besides our sister school, you know, it really wasn't a lot of girls around. So I focused on basketball and my books.
Tiffany, and your children said your children witnessed interaction between both parents. The bigger picture is their peace of mind. And I'm gonna go back to what you said about when you grew up, when you became a man. At you know, I became a man in the penitentiary, Mike.
Wow.
In the penitentiary, I went to prison when I was 21.
Yeah.
21 to 26. Saw some crazy shit, and it was time to grow up. I became a man in there, man, and I forged friendships like brotherhoods with a lot of those dudes in there, and to this day,
right.
One of my better friends he was my cellmate.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Shannon, I introduced him to Shannon, and Shannon to tell you he got a friendship with him.
Okay.
I've been out since December the 28th, 1994.
Wow, I was going into high school that next year. Damn, Pop. Hell, gee.
But I became. Yeah, see, he's an amazing brother.
Yes, sir.
He was my cellmate, and he actually went to jail for something that he did not do.
Get out of here.
He did 6 years for something he did not do.
Wow.
And they know he didn't do it. That's how foul it is.
Yeah.
They know that this man did not do what they said he did. He ended up doing 6 years.
Made him the example, huh?
Yep.
Get out of here. Wow.
Yeah, it was a group of guys, and they was in the house. They said they was going to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Once they said they was going to do X, Y, Z, he was done. So he leave. He went home.
Right.
They went and did what they did. So now when they had the roundup, somebody told who was all in the house. So they said, well, since you was in the house during the planning of it and you didn't call the police, they banged him for conspiracy.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that's conspiracy. It's guilty by association.
Yep.
Wow.
6 fucking years, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
That's why it's important that what we doing now is big to mentor a lot of these young brothers.
C-O-Conspiracy.
Right. It's real important to mentor a lot of these young brothers. I do a lot of it with, helping my sons play ball and coaching. And I talk to a lot of the guys on their teams. They and from the ages of 13 to about 17 to 18 years old. And I talk to them about basketball, but I also talk to them about life. Just being a young black man on, out here, do they know anything about it? What do they know about it? What have they learned about it? Because the stuff they teaching in school ain't gonna tell them the real deal.
No, it ain't.
You know what I mean?
Experience is the best teacher in life.
Right. But I also tell them how to. Right. I also tell them how to not go about, being caught up. You got
to think before you do anything. You got to
right. Don't give them a chance. Right.
Yeah. Big Exclusive, give us some parting words of wisdom for the young men in our community when it comes to love and relationships. Yeah.
Listen to the woman. You gotta listen to him, man.
But you can't. No. So the right ones.
No, I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain myself. When I say listen to them, don't just hear what they say. Listen to them. Accept some kind of feedback, because us as men, this pride shit kills us all. It gotta go both ways. It gotta go both ways sometimes. It gotta be some kind of order. Listen, my co-parenting don't work unless we both got to say so.
Oh, no, you talking about in that aspect.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking about something else, Mike.
No. I'm just saying, as far as the love and the relationship part of it.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to take in what you're gonna give out.
Yeah, because if you don't have no respect for her input,
right?
Her knowledge about anything. Tiffany and my children are my everything. I work and push as hard as I do for them. We have marriage structure in both homes. Family, mental health, education are huge conversations. We never wanted them growing up thinking that anything between me and their dad's relationship not working was their fault. Because kids they'll take that on.
Listen.
Okay. Everybody giving you your flowers, Bebop.
Appreciate it. I'm just being honest. Listen, I'm just being honest. I'm not one of these dudes that
I put the bat signal out for you.
Yeah, I don't have no problem. I'm very transparent. I'm very open to conversation. I don't have a problem with telling my story, because if it can help the next man, if it can help the next young man, even if a lady can take what I'm saying and apply it to everyday life. Listen, I wake up with positive vibes, man.
Yeah.
I done been through enough negative to last me a lifetime.
I'll be waking up with achy shit sometimes. So.
Listen, I'm getting there, OG. My back be killing me.
Yo, listen, I just told Shannon the other day, I'm like, yo, I just had a new pain that jumped off. I ain't never felt this one. I got the fuck up, went to stand up. My motherfucker, I might need a hip replacement now.
Right.
That was a new pain. I ain't never had that one before, man.
Listen, some days I can run down the steps. The other days I'll be crawling down the steps.
Man, the running down the steps days was over with me for about 20 years ago.
I know that's right.
I got 2 flat tires right now. Ain't no running down those steps. I come down the steps like Sanford, like Fred G said.
Yeah.
It's like a motherfucking rehab, one at a time. One day at a time.
Yeah. Listen.
So if you ever behind me, we got to go down some steps. Y'all go first.
Oh, listen.
I catch up with y'all.
Hey, listen. We gonna be both walking slow down those joints together, all in unison.
Shannon said you one of the rare, and I mean rare people I know who every day chooses positivity. I salute and love both my brothers.
Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you.
Yeah, matter of fact, Tiff, they blowouts. You know, blowout.
Right.
You could fix flat tires. These Jones is blown out.
Right, you can't fix a blowout.
These Jones, I'm sitting here rubbing them now like. I'm so used to it and shit. I just be rubbing my joints. If you ever catch me, you will catch me rubbing my shit, and they ain't even hurting. I'm just so used to doing that.
Right, that's just a natural reaction now.
Yeah, just mangled and shit, man.
Yo, that is too funny.
I just played sports all my life and I tore myself up, man.
Listen, you ain't the only one. Believe me, my dogs is jacked at this point, man. Listen, you see how I was running in that video? How Ben could get over it.
But you was running though.
I was trying to run.
They'd have had to put the camera on the rolling joint. It had to look like I was running this shit.
Yo, stunt double. We need a stunt double.
Yeah. When they tried to take off running and took a dive and shit, down go
That
Frazier.
is too funny, right? Yo, that is
Frazier.
Listen, you already know.
I appreciate you coming on tonight, man.
Yo, it's no problem, man. You know, I'm there. Listen, you know, anytime you need me, dog, I'm here.
Yeah. So, the Kyle is your homie, right?
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want you to connect me with Kyle, man. I want to talk to Kyle some more, because Kyle, it seems like he in the dark place. He could use all all the conventional wisdom and uplifting that he can get right now, man. It just sounds he learning how to overcome a lot of the stuff. I know he got other things going on, but Louis said she just told her kids to take her back to 49. I just turned 50. My hip and legs hurt. See, that's that new pain. That shit.
That new pain,
Yo, I'm telling you, I got the fuck up. I was watching TV. I got up and I went to stand all the way up. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That pain, that was a new one.
Listen.
I'm used to the knees hurting, my ankle might hurt, Achilles might hurt,
listen,
shoulder.
Right, I was going to say, my shoulders be popping now.
Yeah, this showing my shoulder just be fucked up. Like, like, what the fuck am I can't afford it? I'm like, I'm all broke the fuck up like Super Dave and shit.
Listen,
Super Dave.
Right, that's what I'm feel like a stuntman. Yo, listen, I'm ready to pull the cane out, dog.
Yeah.
Remember the old cane that flop out?
I might need the motorized car.
Yo, listen, I'll ride one of them joints at Walmart at will. I don't care.
Yo, listen, I got a video of that's my best friend when I go to 24-hour Walmart in Levittown. I need one of them.
Yeah.
I'll be mad because that joint be slow as shit.
You be trying to ball out that joint doing 2 miles an hour.
That shit be slow as a motherfucker. Yeah. So look, like we done turned this joint into a laugh fest.
Oh man, listen,
all good though.
It's all good, brother.
After, everybody.
That's right. You ended on a positive note, man.
We gonna get up out of here.
Yes, sir. Listen, anytime, I got you. Yes, sir.
I'll catch up with you later. All right, Mike.
Peace, everybody.
All right,
all right, now.
Take it easy. I know I always just dip. I don't offer no words of inspiration or encouragement or nothing. I just do this.